I see some people have joined us already. Hey everybody, can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know if I'm good. Just trying to get this set up a little bit. Yay! Great, great, great. Good evening. Hope you all are having a blessed Sunday evening. I'm here in Atlanta with this unusually warm weather, and I'm not complaining about it because I'm not in Chicago like I was 2 years ago, snowed in. But we are here with our second, hey from Chicago, hey Chi-Town. We are here with our second Q&A for all the PuffCuff fans, just to get you more familiar with the brand, with the product, and everything else. So we had submitted a couple of Instagram messages requesting you to send us your questions. So I am going to start with those, and then hopefully you guys will just start shooting me questions, and then we'll do a little demo at the end of, towards the end of the session. Okie dokie. Thank you for the hearts. Hey Houston, by way of Long Beach. Love both of them. Let's see. Here we go. I got to get my list of questions because I'm too old to remember this off the top of my head. So one question we had is, are we going to offer more sizes? We, just so everyone's familiar, we have 4 sizes currently. We have the original, which is 5 inches wide. Then we have the junior, which is exactly 2/3 of the size of the original. Then we have the mini, which is exactly half of the original. And then we have the micro, which is actually 2/3 of the junior. So we have the 4 sizes available. We are toying around in our idea closet offering a 8-inch PuffCuff, which will be about 3 inches larger than the original. And that would more or less be to just pull your hair back slightly, but not have to pull it all the way up in a puff. And then we're also contemplating offering a nano, which would be smaller than the micro, probably about half the size of the micro, because we have a lot of mommies and a lot of curlies that are in the 2 and 3 hair type range that want something that the micro just is actually a little bit too big. So we're contemplating those 2 sizes. But just an FYI, if anybody's used to manufacturing, each time we make one of these, a new size, we have to create a new mold, and each mold runs between $16,000 to $20,000. So we have to make sure that the market is there and that we have the funds available and the capital for it. So we need you all to buy up as many PuffCuffs as you can so we can start offering more sizes. On to the next question. Next question is, will we be offering colors? Yes, we will be offering colors. We'll start out offering colors in the smaller sizes because technically we will start offering these colors hopefully by second quarter next year. Really for the little girls, we're going to start offering them. We're going to start a new line called PuffCuff Kids, and we'll offer the colors for them. We haven't offered the color in this one yet because in order to offer a color in that size, to me it really doesn't make financial sense because technically you really can't see it when it's in your hair. So I would have to upcharge you in order to pass on the cost of creating a color. It's not that we're never going to offer them in colors, but we have to do a new process, and we're hopefully going to offer things that are kind of like this, where we're going to have patterns and logos and things like that. So it'll be worth your while when we offer the bigger sizes and colors. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Will it ever be available in stores? Yes, it will be available in stores soon. We just got certified as a Georgia minority supplier. So we are in talks with currently Walgreens. We are going to start hopefully with the Walgreens and the CVS's of the world, and then have our eyesights on Target next. The next question would be, is it going to be offered in beauty supplies? Well, oh, I forgot Sally Beauty Supply too. Oop, I got a little one came out. We're going to hopefully offer it in Sally too. As far as your neighborhood beauty supplies, the huge ones with all of the products, those we will probably not be in, because most of those products are sourced from overseas, and most of those stores are owned by people who are foreign. Usually they're Korean or Vietnamese or something like that. So because they kind of have the corner of the market. So we are a US based company, and we are made in America. So with that being said, we are most likely going to be sourcing to American based companies, which would be your Walgreens, your CVS, your Targets, your Sally Beauty Supply. As far as the quality of the product is made of ABS plastic. It's the same kind of plastic you see in appliances and cars and things like that. And it's lightweight. It's lightweight on purpose, and it's durable. So we've gotten some feedback with people saying that it's flimsy, it's too lightweight. Well, who wants something heavy in their hair? I particularly don't. That was the whole purpose of one of the purposes of creating it, so you don't feel it. So it's a lightweight plastic, but it's flexible. It's not made from acrylic like you see, like all the other hair products are. They're made of acrylic, and that's usually a powder and a liquid coming together to form a solid. Well, this is a homogeneous solid plastic. It's nothing mixing together. So this will last you longer than the banana clips and the hair clamps that are real shiny, because when you drop those, they're going to break and they're going to shatter. This is going to bounce and bend before it breaks. You've really got to put a lot of pressure on this in order to break it. For some reason, I cannot see. I'm having a hard time seeing your questions. They're kind of coming up at the bottom of my screen, and I can't really see it. It doesn't pull like the others. No, it does not. That's the whole purpose. It's not supposed to pull and stress and put tension on your hair. A lot of people have been suggesting for us to make it out of something flexible. But the whole purpose is to remove any type of movement, stretching, or in your hair, because if there's any movement going on, what's going to happen next is breakage. We don't want breakage. So you need something that's going to hold it and keep it stationary all day. So that's why we don't make it out of a flexible material. Next question, does it work on hair that's between short and medium? Everybody's version of short is different. Everybody's version of medium is different. What I say, and what we always try to tell people, is you have to be able to gather your hair first. So a lot of people, I'm going to do the back. You just really have to gather it first. So if you can gather your hair in one hand, it'll work for you. Let's say you can't gather all of your hair in one hand. Then you can do kind of like what I've got going on right here. Just gather the back. Do some twists or some braids in the front. I have a little example of young lady on, actually she's one of our brand ambassadors, Miss Nellie B. She does an excellent job of coming up with different styles where she uses the puff cuff, but she's not able to gather all of her hair sometimes all the way back. So she does it to where she will braid the front of her hair, and then I'm trying to find the style for you guys right quick. She'll braid the front of her hair, and then, thank you, my hair is nice. Actually, I'm going to plug the girl who does my hair. She just gave me these new retro twists, which are awesome. And it's a new kind of, what do you call it? It's a new kind of hair that she used. And it's really, really soft. But anyway, her name is Fatima D. And her company is Natastic. And she is out of Smyrna, Georgia. I will be putting up her information at the end just to give her a plug too, because she's the most amazing braider you'll ever come across. Oh, I can't find Nellie. Where is her picture? Anyway, I'll have my sister look her up. So, next question. Nellie B is her name. No, she's actually on our Instagram page. Okay. How do I get all of my hair in a puff cuff? Like we've said before, I want to take my hair down so just so you guys can, I can demo all my retro twists, that it does work. What I have in my hair right now, I've got 2 minis that I made the front, no, actually 2 micros that I made the front 2 puffs with. I'm going to take those out. And then I have put a mini up here on the top just to try and give me a little bit of extra lift. So when I have these up, it look kind of full at the top. So I'm going to take that one out too. And we do the same thing. The way you take them out, you push the arms together and they'll pop right loose. So usually when I tell people, because that's the other thing, you can use PuffCuff with braids, with box braids, with locks, with sister locks, with, a lot of people use it with crochets. Don't be afraid of style. If you have, you know, false or synthetic hair in your hair, don't be afraid to use PuffCuff because it still will work. So, the same thing goes. I've been doing this for years, so it's easy for me to gather it all up into one hand. But you do it the same way as if you were doing your natural hair. Gather it all up. Insert one side. Can you guys see that? Let me know if you can't see it. Get these little curls out the way. Bring the other side around. Push it a little bit farther. Click it close. Whoop, bow. Look at that. See? Easy enough. So, that's how you do it. To get it out, I kind of take the balls of my fist. First time viewer, thank you for viewing and welcome. I'm going to push 2 arms together with my balls of my hand. Pops a loose. That easy. Just that easy. So, like I was saying before, if you think you don't have enough hair for it all to go into one puff cuff, I'm going to do a little experimental style right quick. I'm going to take the mini and I'm going to pull it back a little bit. I gathered up at the front just so I can have, my bangs are a little bit longer than I would want them to be, but just so I can do like a little pompadour in the front. Kind of took those twists and wrapped them around. And you could do this with your own natural hair too. Just leave the bangs free. Take the back, pull it up. You don't have to have all your hair in one puff cuff. And this time I'm going to use actually the junior, the second size down, because I have less hair than I'm trying to gather. And I want the look to be a little bit tighter, not as loose, and to give a little bit more height. So I've got the junior. You do the same thing. Push it, lock it, then you've got, you know, you kind of get your bobby pins going, pin it down, do whatever you want. And you got a little bit tighter look. And then two, you can go ahead and take this bad boy in the top, make yourself another bun. Just keep on winding it around and kind of tuck it in underneath, because you've got enough of your, there's enough of the puff cuff that's not attached to your head that you just kind of can tuck it underneath and take a couple of bobby pins, and that's it. And my thing is, when you're trying to get to work in the morning, bow, 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 you just got it done that fast. Especially when you, after you got them children to school. The other thing is too, if you got those daughters, those preteens, I actually have 2 preteen boys, so I don't have that much, I don't have the issues. But if you got those preteen girls, they can do this on their own. And actually it's loose enough to where you can fall asleep in it. Okay, next question. So I think oh no, I know there was one thing. Let me take this back down. The original question was, hey, first time viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. First time viewers too, because if you're first time, go ahead and ask us some questions. Because I hate to be, I hate to leave anything out. If anybody's curious, the PuffCuff is available at www.thepuffcuff.com. That's our website. Also, we are available on Amazon. So you guys who have Prime membership, we are available with Prime. So you get that shipping for free, because I know I love my Amazon Prime. I'm addicted to it. Okay, so here's another little trick. The last thing, I learned this actually from another fan. I didn't come up with this myself. Their hair is either too long or too thick to be able to put it all and gather it all up into one hand. So what they do, and I demoed this last time, but I want to demo it for our first timers. Here's that goodie headband that we're hoping that you retire from everyday, all day use and start using a puff cuff. But you can use it to help yourself be able to use the puff cuff to get it in your hair. So you got your hands free. Your hair is in the goodie band. So your hair, the goodie band's taken over where your hands left off. You're going to do the same thing. Put it around on one side. Bring it the other side. You got both hands free. You're able to do what you need to do. Take that off. Now your hair is up. Easy as that. Oh, let's see if I have another question. We're trying to keep it to a half an hour because I don't want to take up your Sunday evening, your precious Sunday evenings before you have to start that work day. It says, can it be used on dry hair? Yes, it can be used on dry hair. The only thing that we suggest, whether wet or dry, you can use it on wet hair. I typically use it on wet hair because, wet hair has more elasticity. So if your hair has a little bit more flexibility and elasticity, that's usually, it's easier to gather than if your hair was dry. But if your hair is dry, let's say you do a Bantu knot out, a roller set, a twist out, whatever. Hair is perfectly dry. Your hair doesn't have to be wet. It works the same way. You just have to gather your hair first. And the only thing that it will not work on is if your hair is bone straight. If your hair is bone straight, it's going to slide right out because these teeth are meant to lock and grasp into your curl or your texture. And if your hair is straight, it's just going to slide right on out.
Somebody asked, does it snag on your braids? Does the PuffCuff snag on your braids?
Does it snag on my braids? It does not snag on my braids when it's in, but just like anything else that you have or put in your hair, it has moving parts. So you want to be careful taking it in and out. Do the same thing. Try to keep your hair gathered when you take it out. If your hair is long, it might get hooked a little bit, but the whole thing is, you don't see I'm not missing any braids, and I don't even have a strand of hair in it.
Someone asked, does it work with locks? And then
it works with locks. It works with sister locks.
Does it snag wet hair?
It does not snag wet hair. Because the whole thing, if you use it properly, it will not snag. Find us on Instagram at thepuffcuff.com. On Instagram, we have a lot of fans that have different hair types, different hair lengths, different hair styling options, just a whole plethora, thank you. One of those big words. Whole plethora of people with different styles and ethnicities and everything using the PuffCuff. So I tell people go there, and then you can hopefully identify with somebody there that kind of might have your hairstyle type or your hair type.
Work with really long hair.
It works with really long hair. I'm kind of confused with that question, because whether your hair is long or short, your hair I would say it doesn't work with extremely short hair, but really long hair it works. The best way to figure out what PuffCuff is for you is to find out what the diameter of the base of your ponytail. We're going to come out with a new chart. I can't see. We're going to come out with a new chart to kind of help guide people. So like if I'm pulling up just the front of my hair, I'm pretty much able to take, I'm going to flip around. I'm pretty much able to touch my fingers to my thumb. Hopefully you guys can see that. So if I'm touching my fingers to my thumb, this is probably the size of the base of my ponytail, the diameter of it. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to match this with the size of a PuffCuff. So this one is probably the one that's going to work best because it's about this round. Once again, still gathered. One arm in. Second arm in. I got a couple of braids in front. Click it shut. Now I've only got the top up, got the back down.
Someone asked, can you show the sizes again and say what styles are best with that size?
The sizes again. This is the original. This is the original PuffCuff. It's 5 inches in diameter. And when we say that, that's from one edge to the other edge. This is the original. This is going to give you your biggest puff. The next one is the junior. This is a little over 3 inches in diameter.
It's good for a defined puff.
It's better for a tighter puff.
Which size did you just use? This one?
This is the mini. This is the one that I have in the top of my hair right now. So that's the one I was able to, when I'm able to touch my finger, my pointer finger to my thumb. It's about this size. And we're talking about the base of your ponytail, as close to your scalp, which is where this is supposed to go. So this is the mini. Next is the micro. If you kind of go like that, if the base of your ponytail, if you're able to get your fingers like this around the base of your ponytail, then you want to go with the micro. But what I tell people is you really need to be experimental. Don't lock yourself into only this one. There's certain styles that I can achieve with this. That I cannot achieve with this. Vice versa. I can do a big puff on the top of my head, side of my head, center back of my head with this. But you can't do a low one because it's too big, so it's going to hit the base of your neck. If you want to do that low Diana Ross puff, use this one. It fits better back here. Let's say you want to do 2 puffs, or you want to do a mohawk. Take a micro, mini. This whole line of products is not to pigeonhole anyone into any certain style. Pigeonholes say that you can only have a certain grade of hair or a certain type of hair to use it. This is for anyone who has texture to their hair or anyone who can put texture into their hair. If you add curls to it, you can use it. This also, people have been really kind of negatively giving us feedback about the price, saying, why do natural hair products always have to cost so much? Well, this natural hair product, and it's a curly hair product, is priced at what it is, $14.99 starting for this one, is because first off, you're going to have this for a while. I have fans that have bought this when we first launched it almost 2 years ago. Actually, the one that I have myself, I've had for 2 years. So this is not a throwaway product. It's an investment. It's something that's not going to go to the grave for you, with you, and I would, be a fool to create a product that never has to be replaced. But it's something that's going to last for a while. You're not going to keep on going to the store and having to buy multiples of them. And it's not a $3 product. It's not a $3 banana clip. It's not a $3 goodie band. This is something that will last and that you will be able to experiment and do more than just one hairstyle. Plus you'll have healthier hair. I'm one of those people who suffered from tension headaches, sinus headaches, migraines, and I couldn't understand why there wasn't any accessory on the market that would allow me to style my hair and not be in pain by the end of the day. Also, I am I'm an African-American woman. I guess you guys can figure that part out. But anyway, I suffer from fibroids, and this is my opinion, I truly believe that us putting that chemical on ourselves for years, I think I got my first relaxer when I was 8 years old. I do think that contributes to a lot of the cancers and the fibroid issues that we have as African American females. We are disproportionately more victims when it comes to cancers, and you're putting that chemical on your body, in your body, every 4 to 6 weeks for how many years? So that's another thing. I wanted to give people a styling option, a styling tool that will help them with that transition if they decide to transition from relaxed hair, because it is a big step. It's a huge lifestyle change, and emotional and physical. It is women in our hair. It's a relationship that we have inward and outward. So that was one thing that I knew I wasn't the only one who would have these issues. I wanted to be able to help other women and help mommies pass this on to your daughters to realize that you're beautiful in the hair that you have, what God gave you, what's growing out of your head. And here's something to help encourage all of that self-esteem that needs to be built, and just letting, whether you're African American or not, whatever God gave you is what you're supposed to have, and here's a tool to help you make you feel even better and fall in love with yourself.
Can you wear it to bed?
I wear mine to bed almost every night, to tell you the truth. Because what will end up happening, and I've had a lot of ladies tell me this, what ends up happening is, because they didn't feel it all day, they totally forget it's in there, and you're sitting up watching TV like, oh, I got to take my hair down. Next thing you know, you woke up with it in your head the next day, and you're still not in pain.
Someone said, when did your natural hair journey begin?
My natural hair journey began when my children turned 3 years old, and they are 12 now, so I'm on my way to 10 years being natural. Mine wasn't one of those issues where it wasn't a fad, it wasn't a movement at that time. I stopped getting relaxers because actually I had went a long time between touch-ups, and prior to that I suffered from serious dandruff, psoriasis, always using medicated shampoos and ointments and cortisones and this, that, and the other, and I went longer than normal between touch-ups, and noticed that my scalp wasn't inflamed anymore. And I thought, you know what, it's got to be that I'm allergic to whatever chemicals are used in this relaxer. And I had suffered from it for years, so I decided to do the big chop. So I took my 3-year-olds to get a haircut, and I got a haircut too. And then I've been natural since. So, but
you sell other products too, along with the PuffCuff.
Yes, we do sell other products. I'm a graphic designer, so I came up with some natural hair graphic tees that I sell, just to help encourage people to be beautiful, you know, to feel beautiful in their own skin. They're available on the website. We are also, we have the silk bonnets. I'm approaching that time, that wonderful time in life. I'm in the middle of perimenopause, so my nights are very interesting. So I needed a bonnet that, a bonnet that wouldn't help me sweat more than what I was already sweating. So I discovered that silk is a better way to go, because silk is a natural fiber. Silk is better than satin. Satin is a man-made fiber, so a man-made material. Man-made material basically made out of plastic. So that the satin cap, while it reduces friction just like the silk, it doesn't breathe like the silk does. So I decided to start offering silk bonnets. We have silk bonnets for 2 sizes, jumbo and junior. Junior is for someone who doesn't have a whole lot of hair. Jumbo, of course, is for someone who does have a whole lot of hair. The junior also works for little girls. Then we just started, we have our holiday toolbox that's on sale right now. And it's a little test run for a couple more products that we want to offer. In the toolbox, we have our 100% silk pillowcase, not satin, 100% silk. So not only is it going to help your hair, it's going to help your skin. It's not going to dry you out in the middle of the night. It's not going to soak up all the natural oils, and it's not going to perpetuate sweating. And the other thing is our t-shirt turban. We are keeping t-shirts out of the landfill, and we are making those into turbans, which is this. So the thing about this is, and I'm going to wrap my hair up in it, is it's better than the 100% the terry cloth towels because it reduces the amount of frizz that you get, and it's more absorbent. So you get a double-sided turban, and the way you work it, we put a little elastic band on the back to help you. When you twist it, you put it on, twist it up, bring it to the back, pull it, there you go, done. So you put this on right after you get out of the shower, and it's going to soak up all that extra moisture, but it's not going to take away from your curl pattern. I get to the point where I put this directly on after I get out of the shower, or even if I'm doing a deep condition. I'll put my conditioner on, put my little, dollar store plastic cap on, put this on, walk around. I've got a deep conditioning right there, hot oil treatment underneath my t-shirt turban. Drop this puppy in the washing machine with all your other clothes. It's wonderful, and it keeps your curl pattern. It doesn't make your curls get all frizzy.
How much are the silk bonnets, and how much is your Luxe box this year?
The Luxe box this year is retailing for $79.99, and it's free shipping. In the box, we do a toolbox. So you do not get products that you will use up in 3 months. You get products that you're going to have for some years until they wear out and you replace them. So in the toolbox this year, you get an original PuffCuff, you get the junior PuffCuff, you get the 100% silk queen size pillowcase that's embroidered with the PuffCuff logo. Can you go get me one? It's on the dining room table. Then you get the t-shirt turban. You get a Denman brush. The Denman, I think it's the 7-row brush. And you also get the Cricut Argan argan oil infused detangling comb. So our box is more of an investment. It's not something that you're going to end up replacing or using up at the end of the year or at the end of a couple months. This, thank you, Jenny, is our 100% silk pillowcase. Oops. And of course we had to brand it with our PuffCuff logo. But these are handmade. These are something where I got, you know, a million of them shipped from China. Nothing against China, because we wouldn't have half the stuff that we have if it wasn't for China. But these are actually handmade by seamstresses, local seamstresses. So like I said, and there's only a limited supply of these boxes. I think we only have either 14 or 15 left. If you are thinking about it and you want to get it in time for Christmas, or you want to sneak this kind of tag, we've been saying tag your man, sneak it in, tell your husband this is what I want, or tell your Santa or significant other this is what I want. In order to get it by Christmas, it has to be ordered by 12/16, which I think is this Wednesday. What's the next question? Oh, block it. It's an ugly old troll under the bridge, so we're gonna block that person right quick. Any more questions before we shut it down? Any more?
Not yet.
Okay, we've got about 3 or 4 more minutes.
You can still find it in the toolbox.
Oh, we have 2 toolboxes. One is the special limited edition 2015 Luxe Toolbox. That's the one that's not available on our website. That you have to go to a totally separate URL, which is, I forget, but the link is in the bio of our Instagram page. We also offer another, hey neighbor, another toolbox that we regularly offer on our website that has the Michael Mercier detangling brush, a Cricut argan infused pick, the junior silk bonnet, and a PuffCuff. Yeah. So I think that one retails for $59.99.
PuffCuff is where.
Okay.
Okay. Someone asked about how can you buy just PuffCuffs. I think maybe they're trying to ask, can you buy it wholesale or something?
This pillowcase, I see one question. The pillowcase is queen size.
And they asked did it come in other colors.
No, it only comes in black at this point. No other questions. Before you leave, just for the viewers tonight, we're going to offer 30% off our entire website for the next 24 hours. So starting at, what time is it? No. Starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, you will be able to get 30% off everything that's on the website. That does not include the new luxury toolbox. But sign up on our website to receive emails. You never know if we're going to do a flash sale or something before the 16th. For those of you who decide that you want the Luxe Toolbox for Christmas. Should we wash the pillowcase in cold water prior to use to prevent transfer of color? I would say, okay, this is silk. Y'all know from back in the 90s when we was wearing all them silk shirts and rayon shirts, you know what washing silk does. It'll be beautiful, and then as soon as you put it in the water, it changes. What I suggest is, how did you wash yours?
I did mine in cold water with a little bit of Dr. Bronner's or just natural soap, some sort of soap.
Okay.
And then some people put a little conditioner in it after they rinse it out, and then let it air dry.
Okay. Main thing is, I use this every night. I've never had an issue with the color coming off or bleeding. That has never been an issue for me, but I think it's a great question. The second thing is, I suggest if you want it to look exactly like this, dry clean it. but let it air dry before you, let it air out before you put it back on your pillow. If you don't want to dry clean it, hand wash it in cold water with a little Dr. Bronner soap or maybe a little bit of borax.
Gentle soap.
Something really gentle. Do not put it in the dryer. If you put it in the dryer, it's over. You've ruined it. So do not let, when you take it off, put it wherever you put your pantyhose and your niceties so you know that it gets hand washed. Don't put it anywhere near like what I did and put it on top of the washing machine, and then my son put it in the washing machine, even though I didn't want it to be. Okay, I think that's it, ladies. Is there anything else?
Last minute question?
Any last minute before I go? Thank you for all the hearts. I love you guys too. We're going to try and do these Periscopes at least once a month because I just love hearing from fans, talking to fans, giving tips, because we understand that our product is something new. It's something that is not like everything else that's on the market. So there's a learning curve to it. And we thank you so much for letting us know that there's a learning curve and what questions and concerns you have. We want to keep our fans happy. So I won't see you again before Christmas. I want to thank you all for tuning in again. I want you all to have a blessed Christmas. And I will be... the family pack is on the website, though. The family pack will be 30% off. Good question. Have a very merry, blessed Christmas. Be safe. Remember the reason for the season. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Do you offer wholesale at this time?
One last question. Yes, we offer wholesale. If you go to the website, there's a wholesale tab at the top. You click on it, fill it out, and then fill out your application, and then we'll answer you back within 24 to 48 hours. Be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.